This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Hi friends, good evening. In this EduDataBricks Master Program, this is our 17th session. In this session, we will see how to read multiple delimiter CSV files in Spark 2. So in yesterday's session, we have seen how to read multiple delimiter CSV file by using Spark 3. So in Spark 3, what used to happen is directly you can say sub equal to double, like you just have to use double pipe if you have a double delimiter, right? So you have dollar and pipe, you just have to say sub equal to dollar and pipe, right? So, but in Spark 2, that syntax will not work in Spark 2. Whatever we learned in our previous session, that syntax will not work in Spark 2. In Spark 2, these data you need to handle it in a different way. You need to handle it in a different way. Those things we will discuss now. Okay, let's see. So we will learn in this session, we will learn. So by using PySpark, how you can read multiple delimiter CSV file into a data frame. So first time we will see how to read single file. Next time we will see how to read a multiple files which are in a directory. Okay. So these are the simple slides which I have for today. So let's go and create Azure Databricks workspace. Okay. Let's come here and just click on Azure Databricks. Okay, see something is there, but it is not deleted yet. I don't know why it is not deleted. Okay, this is okay. Let's go with our Databricks community for today. Okay, so it will be much more quicker. Let's click on Databricks community and login. So, but there is no difference, friends. You just copy paste this code in your Azure Databricks. It is going to work exactly same. Okay, it is going to work exactly same. Remember. Let me show you this particular session in Databricks community. So I can say here outlook.com. As we know, the cluster creation is very simple in our Databricks community. So we will quickly create our Databricks cluster in Databricks community. Okay, just click on clusters, create cluster. We know we don't have much options: pool, cluster mode, and okay, so what else we have? Worker node type and driver node type, all those things, auto scaling, termination, all those things. We have simple step. You just have to provide your cluster name, Databricks runtime, as we discussed. We tried with Spark 3.0, right? So if you use Spark 3, multi delimiters it will support. But if you are going with Spark 2, this multi delimiter will not work. So we are going to see how to handle such type of things in Spark 2. Okay. So this inactive time we cannot schedule, leave it blank. Like you just go with the default value, that is for 2 hours. If you're not submitting any job on this cluster for about 2 hours, this cluster will be terminated automatically. Click create cluster for now. Okay, come to workspace. So here I want to create my own folder. Okay, this is our 17th session, right? So I can say session 17. Create folder. So in this session 17 folder, I will create a notebook. Create notebook. Here, this notebook is basically multi delimiter CSV file in Spark 2. So we are focusing on how to handle these things in Spark 2. Okay, so this is my notebook I am creating in Python, and this is my cluster. On this cluster, I want to execute whatever code I am uh, writing. Okay, so before I write any code, let me show you the data, whatever we used yesterday, same data we are going to use. Okay, let's go with the multiple pipe. So what happens, data you can see here, instead of single pipe, you will have a two pipes separated. So there is not a single character here. The delimiter is two characters. The two characters, what are those? Pipe and pipe. A pipe and pipe, you see, like the delimiter is a not single character, it's a double character. Like there are two characters. Next, click on this, come back. Next, click on dollar. So I have one more file like multi-pipe 2. This is also basically another file. See here we have a multi-pipe 1, 211 to 250. Here I have a 216 to 220. This is another file, but here also you separated these values with double pipe. Next, I have another set of files. Those are basically dollar and pipe. It's not a double pipe, it's a dollar and pipe, you see here. So we handled these files yesterday, but same thing we are going to achieve it today also in Spark 2. See dollar pipe. Okay. Now, what is the advantage? Why you are going with the double delimiters? So the reason is, let's say in Russell, you see dollar is there. Okay, if you use single dollar, then what happens is this Russell name will be split into two votes. So to avoid such type of issues, if you have some delimiters in your data, so you want to read those delimiters in your data, then you have to use a double delimiter. Okay, example, I want to read dollar in my data, then I have to say dollar and something. Otherwise, we have to use some other delimiter. Okay, fine. Now come here. Okay, I just have shown you one file, right? So there is one more file. You can see dollar pipe 2. So you see here also 116 to 120. Dollar pipe 1, you see 110 to 140. 110 to 114. Here 116 to 120. So some files we have. So number of matches here also you should have only number of matches. Yesterday, to show you some scenario, I added this extra column. Let me remove this bandwidth. Okay, I removed everything. Wait a something. This okay, so this is my, you can see now dollar pipe 1 is having 4 columns: player ID, player name, player highest score, number of matches, and dollar pipe 2 is also having now player ID, player name, player highest score, and number of matches. Only 4 columns. Why I removed the 5th column? Because to understand one of the use case, yesterday we added the extra column. Okay, now come here. I want to upload those two different files in a my base folder. What is your base folder? We know preview to start fs dot. Fs dot. I want to list down the content which I have under base folder. That is file store slash tables. Okay, execute it. Okay. Now it's already cluster is available. You just attach it. Cluster already running. Okay. You just have to run this. Okay, you see there is a lot of content in it. I don't want the center content. I want to remove completely all the content which I have under tables directory. So now what you need to do, you have to say dbutils.fs.ls. Instead of ls, you need to say rm. So rm, what I want to do is I want to remove entire tables directory. Okay, see, it's true. True means it's deleted successfully. Now you just try to list down. It will say is this tables directory itself not available. So I need to create a table directory. So first I need to create a table directory. How to create table directory, friends? How to create table directory? So file store is available. Okay, if you want to check that, so put here ls, and you can see you just remove this table. Very good. Somebody responded. MKDA. See, in file store you have something called import icon stage, but you don't have a table subfolder. To create a table subfolder, you need to say mkdirs. File store tables and execute it now. So it is going to say true. Now you just try to list down the content which you have under tables. You don't have anything, but this table directory is available. Under this table directory, I want to create a 4 more directories. Okay, what are those? One is basically, okay, double pipe 1. Okay, next one. Next one is double pipe 2. Next one is dollar pipe 1. Okay, so what is next one here? You can see dollar pipe 2. Okay, now you run this all commands at once. So true. Now list down the content which you have under tables. You see these 4 folders. Now what I wanted to do is, I want to upload single file into this folder, and two files I want to upload into this folder, and single file into this folder, and two files into this folder. But what are those files? So wherever I have two files which are which has a double delimiter. You remember, I have two files which has double delimiter. See, multi-pipe. So multi-pipe one, you see here you have a double pipe, you have a multi-pipe two, we have a double pipe. So these files I will upload into these respective folders. In double pipe one I will upload a single file, and double pipe two I will upload two files. Next, dollar pipe one. Dollar pipe one means, if you remember, come here, dollar pipe two. You see this is my dollar pipe two, and if you come here, dollar pipe one. So here dollar and pipe, it's separated. So these two files I want to upload. One file I will upload here. Both the files I will upload into this folder. Let's click on data, add data, select it, dollar pipe one. So I'm just selecting dollar pipe one, browse it. Dollar pipe I need to select, right? So go to dollar pipe, select one file. Because in this dollar pipe one I want to upload single file. Just click on DB, first come back to upload file. Now select another folder. That is dollar pipe two. In this dollar pipe two I want to upload two files. Just select these two files, and you are uploading these two files, uploading. Now again click somewhere here, come back. Now select other folders. That is double pipe one. Browse it, come back, use a multi-pipe. So I will upload a single file into double pipe one folder. Okay. Now you select double pipe two folder. In this folder I will upload both the files which I have with multi-pipe. Okay, I hope everybody is clear on these things, whatever we discussed in the floor, right? So let's quickly check what content we have in all of these. Okay, so let's put first folder is here. Let me just put second folder content in this cell. Next, let me put here next folder content. Here I want to put a next folder content. So if you want to list down the content which you have under directory, instead of mkdirs, what you need to put? ls. Right? What you need to use here? You need to use ls. Now let's check under each folder. So you have a single file in it. Here you have a two files, multi-pipe one, multi-pipe two. So here multi-pipe one only. Now just list down this content. You see here single file, single file. Here you'll have a two files. Good. Now basically first time I will just take this particular path, and I will just try to read the file from this particular path. Okay, how to read? Open new cell. Or let's do one thing. So instead of going down, let's try to open all the cells under this path itself. Under this path, directly you can say. So this is the path I have taken. So with that path, I will try to read a file. It's a CSV file below. Okay. So do you want to read the data which you have in multi-pipe1.csv? What is the content we have under multi-pipe1.csv? You see double pipe. Okay. Now what I will do here, I will say header equal to true and separator equal to double pipe. Okay, dot, or you can say df dot show. Try to read the single file, something like this. Immediately you will get some exception saying the delimiter cannot be more than one character. Clear now? Delimiter cannot be more than one character because you are using Spark 2. You can see, just click on this cluster, you see you have Spark 2.4.5, meaning it's not a Spark 3. But in Spark 2 it supports, in Spark 2 it will not support. Now how you can handle this kind of scenarios in Spark 2? Okay, for that, instead of reading this file as a CSV, read this file with text. Okay, read this file as a text and you will get the df. Now df dot show. I'm just showing the data. So you see friends, here like data is something like this, right? So data is something like this. Now what I wanted to, instead of saying df.show, if I say df.show, here you cannot say header equal to true and all those things, because this particular CSV file you are reading as a text. Now what you need to do is, you know 100% your first row is your header. So to get the first row, what you need to do, df.first. Okay, just execute it. See, df.first means you are getting this. Okay, in this, if you want to get only this value, you have to say df.first of 0. 0 means, you see, you are getting only this value. Okay, now you have a value. This is basically your header, right? So df.first of 0 means you are getting headers which you have in this particular file. You just keep, okay, if you have any doubt, you just try to print this header. See, same. Okay, wherever if you have any doubt still, you just paste this variable here and check this header variable is assigned with this header cycle headers. But I want to understand df, what is the content we have in df. Df is basically having a data along with header, the header, and you have a data. Now what I wanted to do, I want to separate my headers. I want to remove this headers information from this data set. So for that you need to use something called where my column is value. So see, your column name is what, your header name is value. If the value is not equal to your header, understood? Meaning, in this value column, wherever you see this particular column, you remove this particular column and return the other values. So you are saying not equal to header. Wherever we have a records not equal to header, meaning whatever headers I have, if the value of this particular column is not matched with this header information, header data, then such type of data you can return it. I will return this data into df1. Let's say df1 dot show now. Okay, what is call? Call is a function that you need to import friends. Okay, from PySpark.sql.functions. It's a SQL function that you need to import. How will you import? So import, you can say call. Don't put star, because some people who ever attended my previous session, they will know, right? Whoever attended my EDF session, they will know. These are the like modules concept, right? So now you see in this value, like in this value column, you don't have headers. You have only data. So now this data, what I want to do is I want to split. So for splitting, what you need to do, this data frame you need to convert into RDD, a resilient distributed data set. How you will convert is RDD. You just put RDD. Okay, this will be your R1. Now R1 dot collect. See, when you collect, you will see each record has one row. See, this is one row. This is another row. This is another row. This is another row, and this is another. Now what you need to do is, see, map is the function which will change your data set, See, on this data I am using a map function. Why you are using map function? Because I want to change this data set. So how you want to change is lambda of x, meaning x is nothing but this one row will be assigned to x. So with that one row, whatever you want to do, you do it. Okay, example, this x, meaning that one row I want to split it based on the double pipe. Okay, now so once you split it, that value it will return to the output, then it will pass the second row also I'm going to split it based on the double pipe. So then it will pass the third row, so you will split it. Again it will pass the fourth row, it will split it, then it will pass fifth row, it will split with double pipe. Now we will see how this data looks like. R2 dot collect. Okay, something, yeah. So you actually need to put 0. Why you need to put 0? I will tell you. So let's see now when it is going to work. So it is going to work. The reason I will tell you. remove this r1 dot collect. So if you remember here, first of 0, I said why? Because if I want to get only value, so in that x, I just have to say x of 0. If you say, you'll get only value. Okay. Now I'm going to say this df1, I want to convert it into RDD. Then I have to apply a map function. How come R1 is printed? Yeah. See now, these two I need to remove. So this df1 I converted into RDD. Now R1 dot collect means whatever you are seeing down, right? So that is the data you will get it when you say R1 dot collect. Get this data. Now, if you say X, like when you get this particular row, when you get this entire row, this row of 0 means you will get only this part. Again, when you get this row, when you say this row of 0 means you'll get only this part. Now, what I need to do is, here I'm saying map function you need to use whenever you are transforming the data. So map function lambda x colon. So x is nothing but you are assigning each row. First you will assign this row, next you will assign this row, next you will assign this row. So I am assigning this row. Now in this entire row, what I want, only this value I want. So that's why you have to say x of 0. So what you need to do once you get this value, only this value, this part of value, I need to split this data. Dot split. I need to split based on what? Double pipe. This is going to be R2. Now you say R2 dot collect. R2 dot collect, you can see here. So this entire values is splitted into a list. So whenever you split some string, it will return a string of values. So now you see, sorry, it will return a list of values. Whenever you split your string, it will return list of values. So first way is splitted and you got the values. So this is something player ID and player name, highest score, the number of matches, something like that. Okay. This R2 I want to convert back to data frame to DF. So now if you want to pass your headers, you have to say here header. Do you remember what is header value is having here? Header, if you print it, you see we have something like this, meaning these headers also I need to split. So here you can say header dot split double pipe. Okay, this value you can assign to a df2, something like that, and we can say df2 dot show and execute it. Now you see you are able to get the data. So you are not able to handle this double pipe directly, but what you have done is you read this data as a text file and you have separated your headers from the file. Okay, so here by using where condition, you separated the header, then you are converting your data from data frame to RDD. In RDD, you are converting, you are transforming this data. So you are splitting all the data sets and you will get a final R2. This RDD is nothing but your actual data, like your transformer data. This transformer data you need to convert back to data frame. I converted into data frame. Now, if you're not passing this value, what will happen? Anybody know, friends? It will give you default header name. See, _1, _2, _3, something. Now you have a headers. Okay, like this. Now what I'm doing is I'm saying split. I want to split this headers with double pipe. It's great. You see player ID, player name. So when you do it, so this is the code I am passing to this 2D. Okay, this is splitting your data. Okay, meaning it will provide your headers. Now everything is same. Please look into this code 1 or 2 minutes and please ping in chat window if you have any questions.
Can't we apply lambda function directly on data frames?
Okay, so I see no questions from anyone. Lambda is a some function which is a anonymous function. There is no name for that particular function. So that function you need to define with a keyword called lambda. Lambda is nothing but a lambda function is nothing but a nameless functions, or you can say anonymous functions.
No.
These functions we are going to use for the transforming your data, but you can, so that is up to you how you want to use these functions. So you may use with the data frame or RDD. So wherever you want to use, you can use. Okay, any other questions? Okay, so now if you look at this data, in this data, what we have done is, see, all these things I can put it in a single line, right? So how can I put it in a single line? You see, this is the code. I'm just going to edit this code. Okay, how I will edit, see. So data frame I read, from data frame I'm getting the headers. So before I get headers, directly I can say here dot split. So split is based on my pipe. Okay, so this df, whatever df you have, and that I am saying this value not equal to header, meaning whatever headers I have. 1 second, this is not okay. So yeah, something like this only you should have. So header, this header you are just filtering out here. Okay, so where column value not equal to header. Now what you need to do is you just convert this data frame into RDD. Then on this RDD you just apply your map function, and once you apply map function, you convert this data frame directly into df again, and whatever header you have, that header you can convert, like you can split it again, because header means you remember how headers will come is by default something like this. So something like this you will get it. So now if you say header dot split of double pipe, then it is going to split all these words and it will give you, it will return a list of columns, like a list of these values. Because as I said, whenever you split string value, it will return the list of values. Now you have a df1. Now you have to say df1 dot show. Let's get it. See, now you are getting this. Okay. Now let's say there are two files we have. You have two files. So example, you have something like this multipipe1.csv. You just have to say here double pipe 2. Let me put this code as is. Copy this code and put this code down somewhere here. So here what I will do is I won't mention a file name. So I want to read entire directory, that is double pipe 2 directory. In this double pipe 2 directory, we have two files, not a single file. Now you just execute this code. This code will work exactly same. See, you have two files. It is able to process two files. Okay. I will show you step by step so that you will come to know what is happening in backend. Okay. So you have not modified anything, but it is able to process two files which are in a directory. Now, if you go, like if you split the steps you to understand in detail, now we'll go one by one. Okay, just remove this. Now you see in this df.show. Now you see you are reading two files, right? df.show you do. So in this value column, you see player ID, player name, something. So this is second file data. This is your first file data. Now, doesn't matter whether my header information is here or here. I'm just going to collect my first row. So to collect first row, you have to say instead of df.show, you have to say df.first row I want. In the first row, I just want value. So by default, if you say df.first, you will get something like row of value equal to all these things. But I just want this value. To get that value, you need to add here 0. Now we execute it. Now you will see you will get only header information. Now these are the headers. You have header. Okay. Now you just print and see what is header. What is the header information? The header is this. Now this header I want to split with pipe. These I will give you as a columns. It's filled columns. See, these are your column names, right? Your header names. Okay. Now you know header is nothing but it's not split. Before you split whatever data you have, right? So that was there in your header. But once you splitted these headers, you are getting the column names different items in a list. Okay. Once you split these headers, then this header is returning a list with all your column names. So that column names I have assigned a variable called calls. Now what you need to understand now, df dot I need to filter out. So if you remember, let me say again, let me show you df dot show. So df dot show means, so this is first file content, this is second file content. But now can you tell me what is the data I have in header? In this header variable, I have this first column data. So I'm saying here df dot filter the column of value. So in this value column, wherever I have data not equal to, wherever data is not equal to header. Header is nothing but if the data is not the data is not this, just return that value. That returned value I will keep it in another data frame. That is, I can say it as a df2. Now df2 dot show, you see here I have a here like second file header, here my first file header. Now when I execute it, you will not be able to see any file headers. See, the two file headers gone. Why? Because in both the files header names are going to be same, right? So when you are loading a like put some content into the directory, that header names and content, the number of columns, data types, everything must and should be same. Okay, that's why those headers are same. When I say value of not equal to header, so first file headers and second file headers both got filter out. Now this data I need to split, I need to transform. For that you need to convert this data frame into RDD. This RDD I am going to say, yeah, once you convert this one into RDD, you see how this data will look like. R1.collect. So you don't have a show function on R1 like RDD. Okay, collect. Now what I am going to do is I will get each row one by one. So how you will get each row one by one? So you just have to say map lambda x. So in this x is nothing but this entire row, from here to here, then from here to here, something like that, right? So now, okay, something like that. Now what you need to do is x dot split. I want to split this based on what? Double pipe. Okay, I need to split based on the double pipe. But you remember, so you are trying to split this entire data. No, I want to get only value from this particular row. Okay, from this record, I just want to get the value. So to get value, we have to say x of 0. Then you have to split it. So once you split this result, you can assign to R2 that collect and execute it. You see data is splitted. Okay, now so each row is a one list. This row is one list, this row is one list. So once you have data in a list of values, now we can convert into df. Okay, now when you convert into df, directly you can say show here. You don't need to assign to the variables and all. When I say show, you see you are getting data, but column names are not correct. So column names are available, correct column names are available in this variable calls. So just pass calls and show. See player ID, player name, player highest score, number of matches. So everything is fine here. Okay. So please look into this code and let me know if you have any doubts. Okay. I see looks like everybody's fine. Now you see, as of now, you are dealing with double pipe. So let's say you have some data, something like dollar and pipe. Can we handle that? Yes, we can handle that. Let's go here. See, double pipe to also be finished. Now we are going with the dollar pipe one. Okay. So in this dollar pipe one, so this is the your path to do that. Okay. Let's see what is the data we have in it. Like how you check the data. Db dot, or you can say simple way is path.read text. We pass the path here, and this is going to be df dot show. Okay, show truncate equal to false because it is going to truncate the data if the data is more. You need to say truncate equal to false. Spelling mistake, truncate. Now you see data. Okay, you have here a column name, and this is your data. You see here dollar and pipe, dollar pipe, dollar pipe. Now I read it as a data frame. Okay, now I need to filter out this first column. Now you need to tell me how to get the column names here. df dot first, so that I will get the first row. So when you get a first, what happens is this entire data will be in a row. Will be in a row. You see here player ID, player name, all these things are available in a row of value equal to this. So now if you want to get only this value, what you need to do here, you need to put 0 and execute it. You are getting this value. Now this value I am going to assign to the header. Now if I want to get this particular string values into a proper column names, what you need to do, calls equal to this header, this content, this string, you need to split it. Split based on what? Dollar and pipe, and execute it. So I'm not able to see because I'm not printing calls. Let's print calls. You see the difference. Okay, so let me show you the difference between all these things in a different way. Now let's print header in this cell. So now you see the difference. Now you print calls. So now you see here player ID, player name, all this with a delimiter dollar and pipe. Now after I splitted this entire string with the dollar and pipe, so player ID is came into a first item in your list, and the player name is going to be your second item in your list. Player highest score third item in your list. Number of matches is your fourth item in your list. So something like that, you are able to get these calls. Okay, so I know this is the header. So I need to remove this content from this entire data. How will remove is, you just have to say here, come down, you just have to say here df dot filter. Okay, filter in this call, in which column? In a column called value. You can see the column in here. It's a value. So in this value column, if the data is not equal to header, such type of data I need to pass it to the next variable as a output. Just let's see df1 dot show truncate equal to false, and execute it. Now you see headers is gone. Now this data I need to transform. For transforming this data, this df data, what you are doing now, you are going to convert into RDD. df1 dot RDD. Okay, let's see. This is R1. Let's see R1 dot select. So now you see this each row is converted into a row of value equal to this and row of value of this. Okay. Now I need to take only this particular value and I need to split based on the dollar and pipe. For that, what you are doing is R1 dot map of lambda x of 0. Why you are saying x of 0? Because we were saying x of 0 because this is entire x. X is nothing but this entire thing. Now when I say x of 0, you will get only this part. So that part you need to split it based on dollar and pipe. This is going to be R2. Now R2 dot collect. You see how it looks like. So you see each row is splitted and it is written a one list. So this row it returned another list. This row returned another list. Now when you have a list of values, you can convert into data from 2df Okay, you can just execute it. So I want to show the data. You can say show, execute it. But you are able to see, but column names are not available. What you need to do? You have already calls available, right? Just execute this or somewhere, or you already executed here in this cell, right? So in this cell you already executed. So calls where like that variable value will be available across this. So one thing that you need to do is before you use this particular variable, you need to calculate this variable value. So headers you spread and the column names you assign to this variable. This calls I need to pass it to this 2df so that I won't get _1 _2 something. I will get a proper header names. Now see player ID, player number of messages. Okay, so here I just explained each and everything in detail. Can you able to do it for multiple files, friends, now? Okay, any questions? Anybody have any questions here? Abhishek is clear. Rest of the people, please respond, friends. Okay. Okay. Then